Minasan konnichiwa, Kazuki desu. And so I started talking with somebody on Discord about guard rate versus physical resistance. And so that's what this video is going to be about. It's going to be guard rate versus physical resistance. So if you go to your blacksmith, you can make two types of armors. You go to crafting, armor, you make breastplate, and then you can go to pretty much special. You can see the back of it if you click details, and you can see that when you have a chance to create it, you have a chance to get a 15% guard rate increase. And then for swift armor, you have a chance to get 8% physical damage resistance. One thing that's different is guard rate works for all attack types, but the thing is, you're not going to guard every time. So obviously, like, guard rate increase 15%, whereas physical resistance every time is going to work every time. But there's a couple of things you can do to increase your guard rate if you have the right characters, assists, and things like that. And you can stack up your guard rate really high, and you can stack up your physical resist actually even higher. So it just depends. But guard rate, whenever you guard, decreases your damage by 50%. And it works for magic and physical damage, just like I was saying. So there's not really a damage type, whereas physical obviously only does physical type resistance. Which would be great for things like Record Buster and then just kind of whatever else has physical damage. So if you go to your album, scroll down here, I'm going to try and find some healers. You can see Photo has her mid heal, which is Pharmacy, has guard rate plus 30% for 2 turns. So if you stack that with that somebody wearing that armor, it will increase their guard rate to 45%. So you're going to be guarding for half the time. About half the time. Obviously it's not 50%. But even then, if you have this Hestia, who is the filmic goddess, she increases your guard rate 8% and your physical resistance 8%. So if you have her, basically, you're going to be guarding another 8%. So that would be 45 plus 8, so that would be 53. So you're going to be guarding 53% of the time if you use that heal skill with Photo for 3 turns. And if you have her max limit broken, you're going to be guarding, was that 45 before, 55%? I think that's right. I might be doing math wrong. I hope I'm not. Be 30, 45, plus 10, yeah, 55. Yeah, so 55% of the time you're going to be taking half damage from magical attacks and from physical attacks. Now, if you want to do the physical resistance, the best adventure you're going to use right now would be Bathroom Princess Eyes, which is right here, because she has a skill that does 40% physical resistance for 2 turns. So you can stack that with this Banquet Hephaestus, if you have her, who is 12% physical resistance, so 8% for that armor that I just showed you. So that's 20%, 8 plus 12, and then that 40% is going to get you 60% physical resistance. So it's pretty high. And you could actually get it, if you had her max limit broken, you could actually get it to 63. I'm trying to remember if there was another way to raise physical resistance, 'cause I feel like there was. But it's only going to take the highest basically way to raise your skill. Like there was somebody saying like, oh, you could stack, like you can't stack assists. Like if you run this Hestia, it's going to increase your team's strength 15%, and you run this Hestia, that's going to increase this, where is she, T, that increase your team strength 8% and critical rate 8%. That's not going to stack. Your team's strength is only going to be increased 10%. It's not going to be increased 18%. It's just going to take the highest percentage. So same thing for adventure skills. Somebody was saying on Reddit, I don't know, I wasn't talking to them, I just saw a Reddit post and was kind of reading it for a bit. Somebody was saying, talking about the new Asfi, because she increases or decreases damage reduction of all types by 30%, so she would increase your physical resistance and magic resistance 30%. But you would rather use that eyes, obviously, because she does 40%. But she was saying you could stack them together, and you could stack all those things together and get to 90%. They're not going to stack, because it's only going to take the highest percentage. Although, because that's a physical resist, and that's just a minus 30% damage reduction, and it's not a physical increase, that might stack. That would be something to test out. I don't have that Asfi, and I probably won't be pulling on this banner, but if I do, I would probably pull for that Asfi, just because of that skill, and it's also fast activating. So basically it'll activate before anybody does anything else. So if I was going to pull for anybody, I would probably pull for her. But I already have a max limit broken photo, so I don't know if I'm going to do that when I can already reach, 53% guard rate. So now I'm going to go in and kind of test this out a little bit. Let's go into the story here. So you can see right now I've got 8% guard rate from the Hestia that I have on. And it's not going to show your armor, so your armor's not going to show up. And then all the other pretty much assists I've got on. And see, I guarded, even though I took 0 damage anyways, because I have Chloe on. I guarded again with about 2 of my characters. There's another guard. You can see, like, it makes a huge difference. I think they're still taking 0 damage, though, or some of them, because they, like I said, still haven't been attacked, and I have Chloe. There was another guard, so half damage again. There's 2 more guards. There's a guard. I just prefer, I don't know if I would prefer guard over physical resistance. Obviously, if you're going to run Record Buster, if you get that 60%, if you have that Banquet Hephaestus, I would probably run that, but I don't. Plus, obviously, my bathroom eyes isn't max limit broken, so she's not going to survive very long, and she's not going to be doing a ton of DPS. so I probably wouldn't run that set anyways. So I'd probably still rather run photo with guard and get it up to 55%. But it's just kind of personal preference. I mean, like I said, physical resistance, when you get that to 60% too, is going to work every single time. And guard rate is like a hit and a miss. It's pretty much when you get it, even if you get it to that 50%, it's like a flipping of a coin. Obviously, it's not going to work every time. So those are pretty much kind of the upsides and downsides of it. Is physical resistance, you can stack up to 60% if you have the right assists, but it's only going to work for one type, but it works every time. Guard, you can pretty much tank 50% of the damage all the time if you get it to proc, and you can stack it up to 55% max if you have everything max limit broken right now. But it's not going to work all the time. It's like flipping a coin. But it'll also work for magic damage and physical damage. So it really comes down to personal preference. You can kind of make your decision based off what I said. But I would just kind of run either depending on the situation. I just kind of hope this video helps you. It really is just all situational on whether you're facing somebody that's physical damage or not, and also just kind of personal preferences, whether you like coming down to chance or whether you would just rather have 50% even at a lower chance odds, or just physical damage resistance at all the time. But that's really going to be it for this video. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please subscribe to this YouTube channel for more content like it. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time.